As you can see, it's a beautiful day in the Rockies. Okay, we're ready to go. Here's the aircraft loaded up and ready to go to depart Salida, Colorado and head home to Texas. This video details the takeoff from Salida, Colorado in my 1956 Bonanza V-tail. The Salida Airport is designator Alpha November Kilo, and the elevation of the airport is about 7,500. The length of the runway is about 7,500, so easy to remember. Hopefully I can add to your knowledge on the higher altitude operations in an aircraft and maybe add a few tips for you. Okay, before engine start list, test brakes, valve flaps open, fuel selector move, put it on the left side, gauge on the left, mixture rich. We'll see if it's too rich here at this altitude. Throttle 3 turns. Electrical off. Breakers. Landing gear down. Master and alternator already on. Strobes on. Kick start. Ignition 4 clicks. Clear prop. Okay, wobble away. Let's see what happens. Let's lean it out just a little bit. Let's talk about one of the major considerations for flying in higher density altitude situations, the aircraft weight. You'll see the Bonanza take off today at about 320 pounds below maximum gross. My personal maximum weight in the aircraft for those operations is 150 pounds below maximum gross. Gives you some extra margin for weather conditions, for age of the aircraft, and for pilot technique. Oil pressure's coming up. Ammeter looks good. Bolts look good. Lean for taxi, already did that. Avionics lights. There's my LED landing light. Nav lights, ADS-B. Transponder, 1200, double check. Autopilot, exercise. Okay, we're ready to taxi. Take our time, let the engine warm up. Looks like we have traffic landing on 24. We'll be taking off on runway 06. Okay, we got the flight plan entered into the iFly GPS. iPad didn't show any traffic. We just had somebody clear the runway. Brakes feel good. Engine start was 10:10. Another important aspect on high density altitude operations is airspeed. I've heard this before, VY or die. And what that means is you want to get the airspeed up. Airspeed is your friend. The VY in the Bonanza is 99 miles per hour. The best glide in the Bonanza is 121 miles per hour. In fact, you'll see that 121 miles per hour marked on my airspeed indicator with a white triangle.
As you can see, it's a beautiful day in the Rockies. For those not used to the higher altitudes, even just taxiing, you'll probably be adding another 200 RPM to your normal RPM for taxiing on pavement. The air is just that much thinner.
Salida Harriet Alexander Airport. Automated weather observation. 1713 Zulu. Wind 350 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 04. Dew point -12. Altimeter 3007. Remarks. Density altitude 7670.
Here's a good rule of thumb. A 1% gradient on the runway is equivalent to about 7 miles per hour wind speed. So, to give you an example, with a 2% downhill gradient, if I had a 14-15 mile an hour tailwind as I'm taking off on runway 06, that's pretty much equivalent to a no wind runway that's flat. That gives you a good feel for what you want to do with the wind versus a gradient on the runway.
All right, engine's starting to warm up some. Controls free, correct. Radios, good. We got Denver here, in case you want to listen to them on the way out. Transponder 1200, looks good. Set altimeter done. Directional gyro. Check all engine readings, fuel is good. On the correct tank. Oil temperature's coming up, amps are looking good, voltage is looking good, oil pressure, cylinder head temperature. Fuel pressure looks good, let's set it on the number 2 cylinder, which is the one that runs warm. On takeoff. Flaps not needed. Close the door. Check windows. Extra full rich, not really. At this altitude, we're going to lean it just a little bit. Throttle 1800. All right, prop. Mags. Carb heat. Suction. Looks good. And we're not going to do the full idle check. At this altitude, sometimes it'll die. And that's not pretty. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Take off at 10:18. Traffic. Don't see any. One at 23,000 above me. Salida traffic, Bonanza 85 Delta. Takeoff, runway 06. We'll do a left-hand pattern climbing above the airport and then departing to the southeast. Salida traffic. All right, runway's clear. Looks like it's all mine.
During my takeoff from Salida, you'll notice I'm putting the airspeed around 105 to 110 miles per hour. That puts it about halfway between the best glide and the VY. The wing is very efficient at those speeds, and the aircraft appears to be pretty happy.
Full throttle. Above 2300, we're looking good. Staying ground effect. Wheels up. Prop down. All right, gears up. We're ready to go. All right, let's knock it down to 2300. Slider traffic, Bonanza 85 Delta, turning left crosswind. All right, everything's looking good. Slider traffic, Bonanza 85 Delta is turning left downwind to runway 06 and continuing to climb. Slider traffic. Okay, all instruments look good. I think we can depart the airport and head to the southeast back to Texas.
Another item to consider at the Salida Airport is the terrain around the runway. If you take off on 06, not only do you have a downhill gradient to help you, but at the end of the runway, the terrain drops into a valley. If you decide to take off on runway 24, you have the uphill gradient, you have rising terrain, and you also have some power lines at the end of that runway. I'm a wimpy pilot, so I have never done that. I've always taken off on 06, and if the weather requires me to take off on 24, I probably just won't leave that day.
Correction, Slider traffic, Bonanza 85 Delta is crossing directly above the airport at 9,300, departing to the southeast. Slider traffic.